Global trade war. U.S.-China tariff conflict devastates economies. The escalating tariff war between the United States and China has unleashed severe economic repercussions, forcing major corporations like Foxconn and Apple to accelerate the relocation of their supply chains out of China. This shift has triggered widespread job losses, leaving millions unemployed and exacerbating poverty across China in 2025. The ripple effects are devastating the middle class, while a surge in health crises and visa cancellations for Chinese students in the U.S. further intensifies bilateral tensions. WorldView Today reports on the unfolding crisis. Economic fallout, supply chains uprooted, jobs vanish. The punishing tariffs, with U.S. duties on Chinese goods soaring to 245%, have crippled China's export-driven economy. Companies like Foxconn, the world's largest contract manufacturer for Apple, are rapidly scaling back operations in China. Reports from Zhengzhou and Longhua reveal halted production lines, mass layoffs, and equipment being shipped overseas to new facilities in India, Vietnam, and Thailand. A January visit by the Washington Post to Yiwu found Foxconn's recruitment centers nearly deserted, with local labor brokers confirming a sharp contraction in operations. Apple, leveraging a 90-day tariff grace period, is hastening its pivot to diversify production. Nike Asia reported on April 14th that Apple is expanding manufacturing in India and Vietnam, though Beijing's tightened customs inspections are slowing the exodus. Factories face slashed orders, with some departments reporting a 50% drop in workload. Workers, once reliant on overtime for decent wages, now earn as little as 3,500 yuan, $480 monthly, barely enough to survive. The closure of Foxconn's Shanghai Songjiang plant, once employing 60,000 workers, underscores the scale of the retreat. The domino effect is stark. An estimated 200,000 direct jobs and 300,000 indirect jobs are at risk in port regions alone. Local economies tied to Foxconn's workforce, supermarkets, vendors, and real estate are collapsing, with up to 80% of nearby businesses facing closure. Social media posts from workers paint a grim picture. Foxconn stopped hiring again. No shifts, no overtime. My family and friends are struggling, one blogger lamented. U.S. visa crackdown. Chinese students' targeted tensions have spilled beyond trade, with the U.S. revoking visas for 529 Chinese students, researchers, and professors across 88 institutions, citing national security concerns. Foreign Secretary Rubio, in an April 12th Fox News interview, declared, "There's no place in America for those who seek to undermine it." The U.S. Embassy in China echoed this on X, emphasizing that visas are a privilege for those who strengthen, not sabotage, the nation. Court filings reveal abrupt visa terminations, often without notice or clear evidence. 4 students from UC Berkeley and Kendry Himal have filed a federal lawsuit in California, alleging violations of due process. Critics, including former Beijing lawyer Lai Jianping, acknowledge espionage risks but warn against blanket measures, advising Chinese students to comply with U.S. laws and avoid frequent border crossings to reduce scrutiny. China's middle class in crisis, poverty and despair. China's middle class, once a pillar of growth, is crumbling under economic strain. The real estate market's collapse, coupled with failed wealth management products and a prolonged recession, has obliterated household wealth. Official data from the Communist Party reports urban unemployment at 5.4%, a 2-year high, with youth unemployment, ages 16-24, spiking to 16.9% in February. Experts estimate true unemployment, including those reliant on family support, could exceed 50%. Returned international students face a brutal job market. A Manchester University master's graduate described applying to dozens of positions, only securing a handful of final interviews. Prestigious foreign degrees no longer guarantee success, as domestic graduates from top universities like Peking and Tsinghua dominate hiring. Bloggers warn against returning, citing a cutthroat work culture with relentless demands. 24/7 availability, minimal work-life balance, and fierce competition fueled by low-cost labor. Rat people phenomenon, a generation adrift. The economic malaise has birthed a cultural phenomenon. Rat people, young Chinese embracing a reclusive, low-energy lifestyle. Popularized on Weibo and Douyin, the term describes those who shun societal pressures, staying home, ordering takeout, and avoiding work. Videos showcasing this lifestyle, waking at noon, napping, and binge-watching dramas, have garnered millions of views. Influencers like Jia Wenxi and Xingfu Shulu, self-proclaimed rat people, amass followers by celebrating apathy over ambition. This trend, an extension of the lying flat movement, reflects deep disillusionment. "This is real life," one commenter wrote, rejecting the hustle culture of previous years. The rat people aesthetic has sparked a commercial boom, with cartoon mascot Big Rat driving sales of plush toys and keychains, some generating over 1 million yuan in revenue. Yet beneath the humor lies profound anxiety, with many using the label to cope with feelings of hopelessness. Health crisis, leukemia, and sudden deaths surge. Adding to the turmoil, China faces an alarming rise in leukemia and sudden deaths, particularly among children. The Red Cross Society reports 4 million leukemia patients nationwide, with 30,000 to 40,000 new cases annually, half involving children. Social media videos depict overwhelmed hospital hematology wards, with families blaming aggressive vaccination campaigns during COVID lockdowns. A petition representing nearly 3,000 post-vaccination leukemia cases was blocked from submission to the National People's Congress in May 2024, with organizers reporting surveillance and harassment. Residents note a spike in crematorium activity, surpassing early pandemic levels. A viral video from northeast China quoted a funeral home insider. "More people are dying now than at the start of COVID. Heart attacks, strokes, and leukemia." While unverified, these accounts fuel public distrust and amplify fears of a health crisis tied to state policies. A nation on the brink, the US-China tariff war has exposed deep vulnerabilities in China's economy, from surplus production capacity to an exploitative system prioritizing state wealth over citizens' well-being. Analysts like Wang He of the Epoch Times argue that the Communist Party's model, designed to control resources while keeping the populace subdued, has backfired, creating a giant sweatshop where workers produce goods they cannot afford to consume. As factories shutter, students face deportation, and health crises mount, China's youth are retreating into despair or plotting escape. The rat people phenomenon and skyrocketing unemployment signal a generation unmoored, while Beijing's tightening grip on dissent and emigration narrows their options. The tariff war, far from a mere trade dispute, has become a catalyst for unraveling China's social and economic fabric. WorldView Today invites viewers to share their thoughts in the comments. Subscribe to our channel for daily updates on this and other critical global stories. Thank you for joining us, and we wish you and your families a peaceful day.